Ba-doop. This is Troublesome Times. Unscripted, unedited, all done in one take. Because it's so easy, right? Since everyone else has a podcast, I might as well have one too. And just if I sound a little different than what you're used to, my dog Courage, she is around the same area again. And I don't know what it is about this dog, my pet, but she I don't know. It's like weird. You ever had like one of those animals that they really howl a lot and they're noisy and but then the moment you start doing it, they just clam up. That's what's up. That's what's up. But I'm doing that just fine and that is not the only kind of pets I seem to suddenly have in around the house in the middle of nowhere. I know, right? I just love it. It's kind of became like a little inside joke, and we seem to like name all of the animals around, give them names, and they both were characters from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Well, I would say it's more because Courage is my kind of dog that I'd like to have. But anyway, so a little bit of the update on the squirrels. I managed to figure out where their home is, and I don't want to get too much into detail because I don't want to like disrupt the flow that's peaceful right at the moment. So about the squirrels, they have officially ruled out my backyard. I have seen them every morning. And lately, not only have there been a bunch of baby squirrels coming from their home that I understand is a home. It's a very kind of tree that I have that would be a great home for a bunch of squirrels. And the baby squirrels have been wandering around my backyard, and their mommy is pregnant. And that explains a lot. Yes, so my backyard is now a squirrel haven. Yippee, kaye. And then what else? And then it's very interesting because now the squirrels have been storing like a mountain full of food on our table at the porch, and they have gotten so comfortable around us because we are very squirrel friendly, even Courage. And the other day, they were just standing out front of my door on my welcome mat. And I guess they expected me to just go pass by and whatever. And it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Any other updates on this latest podcast? It's going to be a little shorter than usual because I'm a little crunched on time today. So, what can I say? It's a pretty busy week, and then soon enough, April is going to be busy too because of the holiday event video that I do. And I'm pretty much nearly done with the roster, but I guess this is the part where I'm gonna mention now in the segue-ish kind of thing. And never can anyone really do segues naturally. And of course, along the way, I really did forget that Sir Logan Paul also had a podcast soon, like, when is it now? 7 years now. But I do wonder if Logan is able to do it solo, and if he tries, I can assure you that it's not as easy as it looks. See, the good thing is my brain is like a popcorn machine, so all the ideas and thoughts are like popcorn. Little advice, you can give it a shot, but then I pretty much know what would happen, right? Everyone's gonna pretty much be saying, oh, question, why is he doing it? Well, maybe the reason. I want to personally say why he has friends on his podcast. And truth be told, I would completely understand that. I think he just needs, like, who needs friends? Podcasts are better with friends, right? How many? It seems like the popular ones are the ones who are. I managed to have all these friends over the day that I'm able to get famous enough to do that. I will definitely do that. So, I think it's very interesting. I think I knew I knew the day that I would finally we all just stop pretending that we do not know who Logan and Jake Paul are. I knew that Eventually, I knew they would always more likely than not to respond, and this is only speculation that, um, who knows? It seems like maybe I'll become canon in that lore, but hey, it's pretty cool. So, I want to say that if this said speculation is true, that somehow there was a little stage thing that the man did that would have some of my Frosties believe that I should, I don't know, make something that I believed would be a very good swan song of a video. And I did agree because I figured, wow, who knows? Maybe I am going to see a redemption arc eventually, right? So then, another thing I noted that was very interesting of this said speculation is that then did a reverse Uno and said, nope, I'm not retiring. Why did you guys thought I was? Kind of thing. And did it at the day that I did not have enough time to retrack and recreate a new video. That would be foolish. And now, the way that the ending was done, it is now more likely than not, it's a bit of an inside joke that it is possible somebody, we can guess who, it's very obvious, but for comedic effect, we can guess who just suddenly decided to do this just to be part of the Dog's Molly Jolly Holiday 3 roster. And if this speculation is true, yep, that was a very well played. However, I really am getting the works of that roster. I'm still trying to figure out how to do more than one for the chaos. So, I mean, I will not confirm or deny my roster yet. That's not fun. It's not fun when you're like, oh yeah, this is how we do all of this, blah, blah, blah. And then another thing that somehow both of those two figured out is what the next video about them is gonna be. I actually really did not know how they figured it out. I was seriously thinking the day that, I don't know, like some Frosties have eventually told me about this thing, and I thought it was very funny. I thought at first, maybe it's a coincidence, but no, of course not. Symbolism for the win. Symbolism is a pretty key factor in these kind of things, in any creation of all film or literature. So then there were two instances that had me confirm it. And then, I don't want to say the second part specifically, but, and I don't want to reveal it yet, because then I'd be telling on myself. I was serious, when I saw these tidbits, I seriously said, how did they figure out what my next video about them is gonna be? Like, how did they figure out what my next video about them is about? Like, really? Usually, like, I don't know if people just don't, maybe I'm just not used to being around those two, but hey, I really do need to be around people my age more. It's not very fun. And of course, this eventually came to when I don't want to say who entirely. Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious now, right? Because one of the places I do want to go to is Nihongo. And of course, this type of video is something I'd be interested in. And of course, I do not mind that this one is not into anime. But because that helps me out more. Someone who lives there, someone who speaks English, and then somebody who's more than likely gonna appreciate Japan not being blinded by the wonderful world of anime, right? Suddenly decides to speak out on whatever, right? And, of course, we're all gonna be, why not pretend to be vague and all that? I enjoy abroad in Japan. And, okay, I wasn't really trying to be vague. I mean, I wasn't being obvious. But the reason why I don't name names specifically in these kind of things is that I really do want to be fair to people. Because some people, they have their minds made up already. and they don't really try to understand. Anyways, I don't really I'm going to be honest with you. With this kind of thing, I'm not siding with anyone on this. Most and then that is because one, really showing her age with that whole series going on. Two, I don't really recommend things to anybody if it's bad or good. You'll never hear me say when I talk about something, oh, I heard, or this is popular, or yeah, this is suggestion. No, I don't do that. I usually will, when I tell you something like, oh, I pretty much have seen it. I have been very honest about that. So, I mean, another thing is that, yeah, we all kind of know that this is like pre-recorded and stuff, right? But who knows? I say I have not made up my mind yet. I can't really tell you if it's gonna be bad or good at all. And again, not really a you're there's not it's not like people who had gotten reality shows done on them were saints. I mean, you guys really want to act like the Kardashians and the Hiltons and whatever that one the let's see, what is his name? Oh, usually Hugh Hefner, is it? I believe that's his name, if that's correct. Because I remember that that series was on clearance too. Yeah, so that you act this. Yeah, that's definitely, yeah. Those. I mean, let's be real. These shows that are made usually because there's some appeal and whatever. I just really hope that nothing. I really just hope that whatever Chris said is taken in consideration. I also will say that I don't think that. Yeah, I mean, I still agree that, social media does help smaller creators have a better opportunities, like a higher chance to get their work exposed. So, again, I mean, I really do feel like I feel bad that he feels that way, but I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I don't know this thing and I know it sucks, even though I never seen it. That's pretty like wild to make claims like that. So I like seriously, I'm pretty sure if it was me, I'd be like putting them in the corners. I'd be like, play nice, except you, because um I really, it's true. I'm gonna be true, honest about this one. I don't know how WWE is like. I have an idea. I'm not too into the lore, but let's just say, do you really want to see wrestling when everyone's being nice to each other? Like, there is this one like clip I've seen where Jeff from Survivor, the host, he gets mad, and one of the things is like, because the contestants, they don't want to compete against each other and make someone lose and make them feel bad. And I remembered Jeff was like, "Oh well, yeah. And also, since that nobody wants to play, you might as well pick the winner. So, who do you want as the winner? Who do you choose as the winner?" And I'm thinking, yeah, I didn't understand it first, but now when I'm seeing a lot of the newer stuff, I'm sorry, but I kind of understand why Gen Z is not too crazy about the newest stuff either. They're more into the stuff I've grown up with. And it is because I where's the rate the stakes? I mean, we can't. I mean, there is something that some sides are right about, and it's like we need a little bit of drama. But as long as nobody gets hurt literally and we don't ruin lives based on false allegations, yeah, then that's fair game. I'm just saying. So, it's very interesting. Are you sure you want yours truly as a player in the game? And then if you lose, don't take it personal if your feelings get hurt. Mind yourself before I walk the walk. My closest friends come from the kingdom of trash talk. And of course, and there's something I gotta say. Uh, I think you guys gotta really have to know this. And sure, Jake is definitely probably the one that you definitely should not really screw over. But out of those two, Jake Paul is the brawn, and Logan, Paul, believe it or not, but drives me on this one, is the brains of the operation. And let me tell you, the brains of the operation, they help so that the brawn could be at their best in their own way. It's like a yin and yang kind of thing, isn't that right? So, the reason I say that part is because, as somebody who's tried to do a little bit of both, definitely not in the brains. The brawn is probably not on my side. I mean, according to society, as a lady, you gotta definitely not be the brawn. Let the man be the brawn side of that. So, I will say though, I do have to make plans to help increase efficiency. And now I've seen that a lot of the people that I have helped train are using my methods to help the other people train. And why? Because my brains for the plans that were used for this work. And I have to say, I'm not tearing down people for choosing their schooling or career path, but I will tell you this. Their traditional college is not a bad thing at all. And in fact, I know, and there's no shame in doing it online, for a fact. Some people, they have lives, they have jobs, they have other obligations, they have children, they have very nice, cushy jobs that work from 9 to 5. And where do they gonna make the time? And maybe they're gonna get married someday. Who knows? Or they can be somebody who just doesn't mind just not wanting to leave their house and be in their beds at a time when they're definitely at their most awake. So, I gotta say, if I had to do that kind of choice, I would rather do it at a legitimate university that I knew that is definitely gonna be worth my time. And if I ever need to transfer one day, all the credits will transfer to that school because all my time and effort and grades were worth it. So be very careful when you go to a for profit college. You never know what you're paying for. Make sure you know, even though the local colleges may be cheaper and may be seen as mediocre, who knows and who cares? Don't go to Ivy League? I mean, what? I mean, should we really, really, really shame people who are trying to their best to better themselves? Traditional community state college thing. Who knew? That's the way. I have gotten my current degree when I was 21. And sure, I was a little bit too busy. Like, believe it or not, actually doing the whole like really, really, really trying to process the this online figure life, cause when you do it when you're young, you never know how many years it's going to take out of you. And I will say, I would say that the reason why being an online figure is the hardest job you can do is because it's a 24/7 job. This is a job where all eyes are on you, people think about you, and any choice you make will never have people stop talking about you. And people who are saying that you're forgotten, I'm pretty sure that's a lie. And I believe now that's something that the mainstream media has made up just to get the hottest, youngest, freshest talent in the way. But it seems like now that's not really much of a thing anymore if, you know, the Paul brothers have gone their reality show on the streaming service. Oh, and one more thing I think you guys should know. I figured since people really assume I'm going to teach something, I think I know what it may be now. And it seems like some people have already caught wind of what it is. And that's fine. I noticed that Bob, James, may have eventually found that. Don't know how. Don't have proof. Speculation only. May have found this giant playlist that's somewhere hidden and was able to enjoy and have a good time. So, I noticed that nowadays, if you look in the latest animations in the past 5 years, most of them are on streaming services. And this is going to be the really good part, you guys. There is a playlist of mine that I've done, and don't get scared now, because I have a feeling that within the next decade, maybe 20 years from now, we are going to enter a new era, and it's more likely than not going to be titled the digital era, the internet era, or the social media era of animation. And the people that were chosen are more likely than not going to be mentioned, and how that their roles in showing their animation during the early age of the internet, before social media and the beginnings of social media, may have been a groundbreaking kind of thing for animation. So, you better get ready, guys. Before you know it, you may be a part of history. So that was easy, right? Anyone can do a podcast? And I just did it again. So, yeah, my bad if it's a little shorter than usual, but as you say, stay safe. If you haven't done this yet, don't forget to pet your pet. And if you need to use this to listen to help you get by with cleaning and or showering, yeah, go ahead and be my guest. So, stay safe until we see each other again.